Hello guys, welcome to my channel and today I'm here to talk about Mushoku Tensei episode number 5 and this was a good episode. Honestly, after the previous episode, I was really worried because the previous episode I feel like was just, I don't know, it just was really weird one to be honest. So I was worried, but it feels like that was just a little bit of hiccup in the story and we are now back to the Mushoku Tensei greatness and let's just talk about it. So Rudy is going to be teacher himself now. So he has been sent to Paul's cousin's house. He has to teach Paul's cousin's daughter magic and her name is Eris. So yeah, he is a tutor now. He will be earning money so that he can he will be earning enough money so that he can afford the schooling for him and Sylphie both. And one thing, Paul also gave him a letter, and in the letter it was mentioned that he will not be able to meet Sylphie for 5 years. I think so. That's a lot of years. But Paul's point was that it's better for her if she stays away, if she does not get totally dependent on you, which I totally understand. Anybody of you watching, if you are dependent on a single person, you need to find some other people too and just try to spend some time with other people or alone or something, because depending on just one person, it's never a good thing. Okay, so Paul's point, I totally agree with that. So Rudy is now going to be teaching there, but it's not that simple because Eris is a brat and Eris is everything why I hate kids. Eris has all the reasons. Eris shows everything about kids that I hate, and if I don't think so I've told you before, but I hate kids. I just seriously hate kids. They think they are a much bigger deal than they actually are. So that's one of the biggest things I hate kids. And it's whenever I see, okay, this is what I'm going to say is does not make any sense. Okay, but I'll say whenever I see a kid, I'm like, fuck, just grow the fuck up. And they are kids, they're gonna behave like kids. There's nothing you can do about it, but it just still annoys me. I hate kids. Okay, let's just stop with the rant. I hate kids. That's it. And let's just move on with the episode. So Rudy goes and tries to teach, they meet for the first time, and she's I don't know how much year older. I don't think so she's much older than Rudy, but she is still older than Rudy. And Rudy's like, I will be teaching you magic. And she's like, you are younger than me, etc. And he's like, well, I know more magic than you, so I will be teaching you. And then she slaps Rudy, and Rudy slaps her back. So at that point, I'm pretty much sure Rudy must be thinking that, okay, now she'll know, yeah, I can slap back. It isn't like I'll not slap you back. And now she'll know how it feels to get hit. And he just gets punched in the face. Star Platinum, and she goes ham on him and just starts punching him. Poor Rudy just gets beaten up for no reason. And then he makes a plan with her father that let's just make sure that we get kidnapped. Let's play a scenario. We get kidnapped, and then I will be able to protect myself. But since she doesn't know magic, she'll not be able to, and she'll regret it, and this will make her learn magic. And that's one plan that could work. But the thing is, when they were making this plan, there was a servant there also listening, not listening, but he was there. But when we were shown a close up of his face, and at that point I was like, okay, something's wrong. He has some other intentions. And I was correct. The plan was to be getting a fake kidnapping, but he actually kidnapped both of them. And thanks to Rudy, they were able to escape. And Rudy, helped her and saved her. And then Rudy's like, okay, that was our promise that you'll not be loud and you'll not be violent. And she's like, why should I even keep my promise? And that's where I was like, okay, Eris, you're getting on my nerves right now. But at the end of the day, she ends up coming with Rudy because she needed to save her life. Because of course she could not do anything alone. She needed to go with Rudy. But at that point I was like, you are getting on my nerves, Eris. I already don't like kids, and just don't get on my nerves. But they end up escaping from there. But when they reach their hometown or whatever it is, the servant is there and Eris gets kidnapped again. And one more thing about the scene when they were kidnapped, when they were trying to escape, it was really intense. It didn't feel like the slice of life show so far. it just felt really intense, and the tension, the build-up of tension was really good. That scene was done really like, when I was watching it, I was honestly worried, okay, what's gonna happen? I was just on the edge of my seat. So they did that scene really well. And also the next scene where like she gets kidnapped again and Rudy tries to save her, and Rudy is a boss man. Like he was using magic flawlessly. Like he like that shows the potential of the show. I feel like that's where like the direction the show's gonna go in now. From slice of life to like a bit more serious show, because we still don't know much about this world and Rudy is still pretty young. And considering what happened in this episode, like this episode was really intense, a lot of action and everything, and I'm really interested in that, because at one point like slice of life element of the show would have gotten boring, and I'm really happy that they are going to be moving in some different direction, but it's still gonna take time. It's still pretty early, but they're definitely gonna go it. So Rudy almost saved her. They were almost gonna escape, but that's where the other guys threw the like sword at Rudy, and that would have definitely hit Rudy. But who comes for the save? It's Ghislaine, and she comes in and she beheads both of them. And the action, like I told you, this episode was really intense, and yeah, she just beheads both of them. So it feels like it is. At the start, it is a really slice of life-ish story, but I feel like as we progress, it's gonna get much darker. So I'm interested in that. I'm really looking forward to that. So now they were saved finally, and Rudy's going to be teaching her magic, and yeah, that's how the episode ends. I've got nothing else to say. This was a better episode than the previous one, way better. And the other 3 episodes have been really good, and this was also really good episode. The 4th one, the previous one, was just really weird to me, so I was just not a fan of that. But Mushoku Tensei is back to its greatness, a great episode, and I'm really looking forward when the show keeps on getting a little bit dark. I'm really looking forward to that. And also one more thing before I go. Rudy, when he saw them being killed, the other 2 guys, the blood came, everything, and one thing he realized is, what happens if I die again? So I think so from now on he will be much more careful, because that was never a question, since he was just in his home and just learning magic and just enjoying life. But now things might be getting a little bit more serious, since he's going out in the world alone, and yeah, he is kind of worried, like what happens if I die again? So as I told you, the series is gonna get a bit more serious and darker, and I'm looking forward to that. But regardless, I've said this point multiple times, but that was it for the episode. Let me know what did you guys feel about it in the comments below. I will be here for episode number 6 next week. So till then, have a great time. I'll meet you in the next one.